We'll call this Mount Iron City Council meeting to order for Monday, April 6, 2026. Roll call, please.
Raskowski.
Here.
Gustafson.
Here.
Stanley.
Here.
Maria.
Here.
Anderson.
Here. Stand to the pledge. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We'll go on to consent agenda for the minutes of the March 16, 2026 regular meeting, pages 1 through 8, receipts, bills, and payroll and communications. Do I have a motion?
I so move we approve the consent agenda, the minutes of the March 16th, 2026 regular meeting, pages 1 through 8, including receipts, bills, payroll, and communications.
Thank you.
Support.
Any other discussion?
Okay, the first thing, if you go over to page 3 of our packet here, where it's resolution 626, that what we generically call the Parkville ditch vacation, the minutes have are a mistake. It mentions that I voted no. And if you watch that meeting that we had on MCTV, you can definitely see that I voted yes. So that's a mistake. So if those minutes could be straightened out, that was unanimous 5-0. Okay. The second thing, in our bills here, not bills, but receipts, money coming in, we had under miscellaneous $1,073.88. Does anybody know, was that one item or 2 or 3, or anybody have any idea?
It's multiple items.
Back to that again. Okay.
If you would come to the office, when you come here to look at the bills, and you ask us to print you off something, we could. You come here 15 minutes before 4 o'clock, before we're done. If you would come when you look at the bills and say, can I please get it itemized? We could print it off.
Well, what I'm really getting at, when we have our everything audited here, how do the auditors know what is what is what? Do they put this all in one big chunk of money, or do they itemize it? This came from here, this came from here, this came from here. As I mentioned, if we had our checking accounts, credit card accounts, whatever, and we didn't know where money was coming from, I don't think we're that way. Well, anyway, I so move to amend the motion to remove item miscellaneous general 101-377100-023 in the amount of $1,073.88 from this April 6, 2026 City Council meeting agenda, and have separate title specific itemized amounts available for all councilors at our April 20th, 2026 City Council meeting agenda for approval at that time. That's the way, in my opinion, it should be.
We have a motion, seeing no support.
Okay, now,
New motion.
I have a second one here. In the bill basket over there, I so move to amend this motion to remove the bill from Taconite Tire for 4 pickup truck tires in a total of $920. And this will be removed from this consent agenda for separate consideration. These were standard pickup tires that could have been purchased right down here from Anderson Auto. There was nothing unique about that purchase.
We have a motion with no support. We'll go back to our original motion. And support by Brad. We'll have roll call vote, please.
Raskowski.
No.
Gustafson.
Aye.
Stanley.
Yes.
Maria.
Yes.
Anderson.
Yes. We'll go on to public forum, seeing no public forum. We'll go on to committee and staff reports. Mayor's report. Congratulations to the surviving the Easter egg Hunt. And I hope you had a great Easter. Move on to the city administrator's report, please.
Madam Mayor, just one thing, the county did receive the funding from HUD for our CDBG project among the other ones, and it would be moving to the county board for approval, so, and then contracts will be issued and we'll be able to proceed with that project.
Thank you.
Just so the public knows, what project is that potentially going to be if it all works out?
Slip lining.
Slip line, okay, thank you. Then I have one for the administrator here. This is a motion. I so move that Mountain Iron City Administrator Fred Wainio contact as soon as possible our city attorney Brian Lindsay and have him contact residents at 1-218-780-3331 or 1-218-780-3332 who have been seriously affected by large amounts of smoke from outdoor wastewood burning at 8825 Highway 101. Attorney Lindsay will also contact the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources, the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency, the Minnesota Department of Health to find out what are the rules/regulations pertaining to outdoor burning of wastewood. Complete information and solutions to this health problem will be made available at the Mount Iron City Council meeting of April 20th, 2026, or sooner if possible. So that's my motion. There is an issue out there. One person even had to go to the emergency room because of
There is a
it.
motion. I'm not seeing any support.
Okay, Madam Mayor.
Could I ask a question on that motion? Is this the same property that Sergeant Thomas talked about at the last meeting?
Yeah, well, that's what I brought up at the last one, but it's not being solved, and one of the people out there is pretty sick. Had to go to the emergency room. And the smoke is still burning. So that's my motion.
Madam Mayor,
Yes, please.
that person's been referred to those various agencies you were talking about. And also their, as far as their lawful burning, there's nothing in ordinance or state statute that I'm aware of, nor Attorney Lindsay is aware of, that would allow us to stop that. Because if there's 3 inches of snow on the ground, there's no stipulation as far as amount of burning, so.
Thank
Well,
you.
As the people have mentioned who live out there, maybe Mount Iron doesn't have a rule, but you know, maybe something at the county level, the state level, the national level, maybe there would be something, so that's why.
There is, and this party has already been taken care of. He knows what the regulations are, and he's within his rights to be doing what he is doing.
Well, anyway, that's my motion.
There's a motion with no support, so we will go on. With Director of Public Works report.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, councilors. I have nothing formal other than to say we've had a lot of snow, thaw, warm weather, snow again. Tonight it's going to be single digits. As Councilor Roskowski said, Sunday's going to be a thunderstorm. So we're chasing around trying to do our best on these roads. And that being said, I put in our request for the state procurement for our road salt for next year. So I'll be happy to know that we submitted that. Anyway, there's a lot of things that are happening now, like working on our discharge permit from the Minnesota Pollution Control and the DNR, and some of the things and getting ready for the summer. So I'm open for any questions.
Okay, I just have a compliment here. A thank you to the city street patching crew for being out early, filling up the street cracks, dips, potholes with asphalt. And people out there greatly appreciate the crew getting out there early and trying to get things as nice as possible. So, thank you.
We'll go on to the library director's report.
Good evening, Mayor Anderson and Council. No formal report, however, I'd like to just make some notes on last Saturday's Easter egg hunt. Due to the snow, I did make the call after emailing with Mr. Wainio that we should probably make a call early Friday to just what we are gonna decide to do. We decided to move to basically a drive-in, drop-in, pick up some eggs and go home sorts of things. Happy we did that. It was quite snowy and cold and icy. I pretty much fell down like 15 times that morning. But we bagged about 350 bags of eggs handed out. I want to say maybe we had 80 left, maybe somewhere around there. So maybe half of our typical crew that would come out for the egg hunt as it was. We only had one person comment like, "What? No hunt?" Like, come on, we're from Minnesota. And then looking at next year, recognizing that Easter is actually March 28th, 27th, 28th. Next year, we're gonna think strategically and maybe move indoors for a year just to be on the safe side, so we're not skipping out on that hunt year after year just by the whims of Minnesota weather. So we do thank everyone for stopping out who did, and Parks and Rec Chair, Councilor Gustafson, and the Northridge Community Credit Union as our sponsor for that. They were present, it brought over the Easter Bunny, and some prizes for those that found a golden egg, and the MIB Speech and Theater crew for coming over and helping us bag eggs for about an hour and 15 minutes and be ready to go. And by, what do you figure, 11:15, 11:20 people were starting to come on up. So we handed out eggs for about just over an hour and then called it for the day. So, and it was cold, we were all a little frozen by the end of it. And earlier in the week, I'd had the opportunity, the Arrowhead Library System Board elected to send as many public library staff from the 27 regional libraries to the Public Library Association Conference in the Twin Cities, which was held in Minnesota this year. In 2 years, again, it will come around, and it's in San Francisco. So Minnesota was the host this year. It was the first event in the state of Minnesota at this level. And I gotta admit, probably the most humbling thing I've ever had in my working career was to be in a room of about 6,000 people and have them tell all the Minnesota librarians to stand up and get a round of applause from the other 5,000 plus people in the room. I gotta admit, it was quite moving, and I'm very happy to be the library director for the city of Mount Airy. It was quite the experience, and I'm very happy we were given that opportunity to go to that conference. So yeah, some highs and some lows this week. So on to the next thing. I'm open for any questions.
Just curious, say next year the weather is gonna be bad and we were gonna do something inside where?
That is, I've got a year to brainstorm, but I'll
Oh,
probably
okay.
have it solved by January. And I don't know. We could use our city hall. I've talked to other communities that do it indoors, and they do it breaking it up into age groups at certain times. So like your 0 to 3s get 20 minutes in the eggs. The 0 to 3s come out, you put more eggs down, and you let the next group come in.
Okay,
I
you
mean,
put 'em in a room
yeah,
something.
you got it. So I'm brainstorming a couple of different options. We did talk about it on Saturday, but knowing that it's even earlier next year is giving me pause. I just don't want to keep going on the whims of the weather that early in the year.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go on to city engineer report, please.
Thank you, Mayor. We're just working through a couple projects with staff that are coming out for bids later this spring. Also, we'll be setting up some meetings with any of the open projects to do like pre-construction meetings with what's left shortly here in the next month. So we'll look forward to get some of them things underway, and we're currently under road restrictions, so no real activity. Obviously with the snow and cold, we're still a ways from that coming up yet. That's all I have.
Thank you. We'll go on to sheriff's department report, please.
Madam Mayor, Councilors, nothing formal.
Okay, I have a compliment for law enforcement. This story was published in the Wasabi Tribune, April 2nd. So a thank you to you, Sergeant Toma, and your deputies for any part you may have had in the capture of a suspect involved in the theft of the North Star Credit Union ATM machine on February 2nd. So the suspect was arrested in Texas, of all places. So however you and your staff might have been involved, thank you.
We'll go on to Personnel Committee. Accepting the retirement of Mr. Mike Davis on page 9.
I so move we approve the retirement of Mike Dundas, and we're kind of sad because he's been a great employee and I've known him for a lot of years, but sad to see him go, but I'm just trusting he'll have a great retirement while he's still in great health.
Thank you. We have a motion.
All support?
Thank you. Any other discussion or statements? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? He gets his retirement.
Yeah.
Maintenance position. Oh, excuse me, I have to read the first sentence first. Appointment of Mr. Dave Mazio to the Building and Grounds Maintenance position. Do I have a motion?
I was so moved that we appoint Mr. Dave Mazio to our city building and grounds maintenance position, provided he meets all the parameters.
I'll support that.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations. Number 3, posting for the lead public works position to replace Mr. Dundas, pages 10 and 11. Do I have a motion?
I would so move that we post for the lead public works position with the city of Mount Iron.
I'll support that.
Any questions or discussion?
Now, just so the public knows, we're posting this internally first, correct?
That's what it says.
Yeah. Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And the next is a posting for an equipment operator to replace Mr. Mazio, pages 12 and 13.
I so move we post for an equipment operator to replace Mr. Mazio.
Support.
Any other discussion?
And for clarification, this is being posted internally first.
There's a protocol we have with all of these, they're posted internally first.
Well, I'm doing this so the public kind of knows how we function also.
Most people know the union protocol, but thank you, Ed.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Any liaison reports?
Yes, I have one. I'm going to read it off so I don't make a mistake here. There was a meeting on March 25th here at City Hall about a potential Mintac Canyon overlook. Mintac staff Chrissy Bardovich and Mike Bach were present. Administrator Wainio and Councilors Gustafson and Roskoski were also present. A potential overlook on the Costin dump on the west end of Main Street was discussed. After a brief discussion, Mintac staff will review related standards rules that potentially could be involved with this before a final decision is made. If the overlook turns out to be a go, our Parks and Recreation Board will then get involved to work on all the potential details. So I wanted everybody to know that it's a work in progress. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a few, Madam Mayor. On March 18th, the EDA met. We did not have a quorum, but we did have some broadband internet service providers present to talk about potentially expanding high-quality broadband services to in-town residents. And they're gonna be working together on putting a survey that we'll be blasting out to residents, so look out for that. They're just wanting to gauge interest in, you know, who would sign up, who wants better internet services. On the 25th, Park and Rec met. We approved a fundraising mailer to go out to raise some money for our playgrounds, the hockey rink, you know, if there's any cost overruns with the South Grove Rec Complex, you know, potentially adding a park there, or a playground there, as well as fundraising for a couple of our other outdated playgrounds. So that's moving forward. The campground, I had Liz in the office work up some numbers just so we can see where we're at for campground reservations. So for March of 25, you know, we had $16,000 in camp reservations. March of this year, you were at 34,500.
Whoa.
A big chunk of that is 23,800 is the change that we made to the seasonal campground sites, so they were able to book their sites sooner rather than right on March 1st or March 2nd. So good registration numbers coming for that. I also talked to our campground hosts, and the Park and Rec did approve their contract for 26. They're excited for the upcoming season. They did purchase a projector and a screen and a popcorn machine to do movie nights, so they're really excited for that. They also asked about the upgraded electrical, and I told them we'll be working on that when the ground thaws eventually. And then lastly, thank you to Anna and Northridge Community Credit Union and the speech team, and Hunter Applewick, one of our rink attendants, came and helped at the egg hunt on Saturday. But it was a good time. Nice to see some smiling faces and kids getting pictures with the Easter Bunny even though it was cold. That's all I have. Thank you.
Anything else? We have no unfinished business. We'll go on to new business. Resolution number 07-26, off-premise gambling permit, pages 17 through 16.
I'll approve resolution number 07-26 for the off-sale gambling permit application for the Legion Post 452 for a gambling event held at the community center. What day was that? On April 18th.
I'll support that.
Any other discussion? Seeing no thanks for discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Now on to resolution number 08-26, grant application, page 17.
Also move that we adopt resolution number 0826, authorizing the city of Mount Maynard to make application to and accept funds from the Commercial Redevelopment Grant Program from the IRRB.
Support.
Thank you. Any other discussion? I'll have a roll call vote.
Wiskowski.
Yes.
Gustafson.
Aye.
Scenery.
Yes.
Uriah.
Yes.
Gibson.
Thank you. We'll go on to resolution number 09-26, calling for bids, pages 18 to 20.
I'll move that we approve resolution number 09-26, approving plans and specs and ordering of advertising for bids for the South Grove Rec Complex building, for bids to be accepted through May 6th, 2026.
Do I have support?
I'll support.
Any other discussion?
Yes. I so move to amend this motion that the following be added to the South Grove Recreation Complex project bid specifications. Extend the main building to the west, to the end of the concrete base. And if you look on page 20, there's a picnic table in that area. And also, the present two buildings would be put up for sale and removal by a bidding process, not tore down and hauled to a dump, but put them out for bids. So I wish that would be added to the specifications.
Do we have any support? Seeing no support, any other discussion? Have a roll call vote?
Ostrowski,
I'm still gonna vote yes, because we'll eventually have to see the specifications.
Gustafson,
Aye.
Sager,
Yes.
Surya.
Yep.
Yes.
You know, simplistically, a two-stall garage can be worth $20,000. We have one there. Maybe we can get $5,000-$10,000 for it instead of nothing.
You're out of line, Mr. Ostrowski.
Ah, never mind. We gotta think here, what we're doing with taxpayer money. Out of line.
Stop.
Look at that big building.
We're
How
on
much we could get for that?
communications, pages 21 to 22. And that includes a thank you. And the citywide garage sales.
Yeah, Mayor, if I may,
Yes.
yes, we will again host our citywide garage sales on Friday, May 15th and Saturday, May 16th. If anyone would like to register a sale, they can give me a call on my city cell phone, 218-750-4911, or stop in at the library, or give us a call here at the library to put your name on the list. Sales are, times by default are 8 to 4 on Friday and Saturday, but if your sale is a couple, or maybe different, a little bit different hours, I'll make sure to mention that in the posting. But if you would like to have a sale that weekend, be sure to register by Friday, May 8th, so we can get it into the newspapers right away that next week. But yes, I think this is our 3rd year.
Thank you.
Yep.
Announcements?
I have a kind of a standard one now. The Mountain Iron Meritage Committee will be having a planning meeting for the 2026 celebration on Tuesday, April 14th, at 5 p.m. at the Mountain Iron Public Library, which, in case you don't know where it is, it's downtown. This year's celebration will be the week of August 4th to the 8th. And everyone is invited to these planning meetings to plan for a fun time. Thank you.
And our other announcement here is the LBAE, April 30th at 5 p.m. Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Support?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? This council meeting is adjourned.